Dental treatment in Australia isn't expensive. It is shockingly expensive. A root canal in Australia can cost up to 5,000 Australian dollars, which is a lot of money, close to around 3 lakh Indian rupees. Hi everyone, thank you for coming to Ausi.Darshan. In this video, I will talk everything related to teeth, how expensive dental treatment is here, how to get a dentist appointment, and how to save some bucks in the treatment. So let's get started without further ado. How expensive is the dental treatment here in Australia? In Australia, the government covers for the medical expenses of all its citizens and permanent residents through a medical system which is called Medicare. All expenses except for the dental cost. Dental treatment is not included in this free medical system offered, which means that if you want to get some coverage over your dental cost, you need to get a private health insurance and pay for it from your own pocket. I'll talk more about this in the later section of the video. For now, let me share my own experience that will give you a sense of how expensive the treatment is here. Last year, I had a severe toothache for which I went to see a dentist. The initial consultation alone, which included an examination and a tooth scan, cost me $150. After examining, the dentist told me that I needed a root canal done, which is basically a procedure in which they clean the infected area, take out the cavity, and then put up a temporary filling. This part would cost me around $2,000. And the next part is putting a cap or a crown on top of the treated tooth, which would be another $3,000. So in total, I was looking at a bill of $5,000. To be honest, I was shell-shocked. Back in India, I've got a root canal done, and the total cost I remember was not more than 15,000 Indian rupees, which is just $200. And yes, I know some people watching this video will comment, why are you converting AUD to INR? You live in Australia now. But how can I not? The difference is so massive that you just cannot ignore it. Dental treatment is indeed very expensive here. So much so that it can make you go broke. No kidding. Many people simply can't afford dental treatment here. If their tooth gets infected, they would rather get the tooth extracted or removed than getting it treated because it's cheaper to get the tooth extracted. Anyway, to put things in perspective, with the $5,000 bill that I got, I could fly to India multiple times, get my dental treatment done from there, meet my family, and still spend less. I knew there was no way I was going to pay $5,000 for this. So this is exactly what I did. I booked my flight to India, visited my family, peacefully got my treatment done there, flew back to Australia, and all of this still cost me less than the $5,000 I would have spent just on the treatment here. So my advice is that if you're planning to come to Australia and the dental treatment is cheaper in your home country, get a full checkup done in your country, get everything fixed before you move here. It will save you a lot of money and stress later on. Thank me later. Now let's talk about private health insurance. If you consult a dentist here, there are generally two payment options. First is out of pocket, which means you pay everything, the full amount from your own pocket. For example, if your bill is $1,000, you bear the full amount yourself. If you generally have dental problems, then going with this option quite frequently will quickly make you go broke. Second is private dental health insurance, which, as the name suggests, is basically a type of private health insurance that helps you cover the cost of your dental bills. In Australia, the dental insurance plan comes under the extras cover. It works like your usual private insurance. You pay a small amount every month, say $20 to $30 depending on the plan, to the health insurance company. This amount is called your monthly premium. In return, whenever you want to get dental work done, like a checkup, x-rays, filling, or something, the company pays for it or pays for a part of it. How much they cover? It depends on the policy that you choose. So let's say if your bill is $1,000 and if under your extras plan, the company covers 60% of the cost, then $600 will be paid by the insurance company and you will have to pay just the remaining $400 from your own pocket. Which is not that bad, right? In the out-of-pocket option, you would have paid a full $1,000, which is a whopping amount. There are a couple of private health insurance providers in Australia, but the ones that I personally recommend are Bupa and Medibank. They are tried and tested by me. I highly recommend taking the dental private insurance if you have ongoing dental issues. Like I've said, dental treatment is very expensive here. With the insurance policy, the company pays a part of it and you pay the remaining bit, which in turn would help you save many bucks. Plus, with these dental plans, you can also get some free checkups and teeth cleanings done. How to select a dentist? Now, there are two options to select a dentist. Now, if you don't have a dental extras cover and plan to pay everything yourself, you can call up a few clinics and ask for quotes. Dental prices can vary by around $20 to $30 between the clinics depending on the location and the type of clinic. So call them up, check with them how much the initial consultation cost is, and ask for a quote on the treatment that you intend to get. For example, maybe it's filling, cleaning, x-rays, whatever it is. But if you have an ongoing dental extras cover, the process for dentist selection is a bit different. You need to select your dentist in a different way if you want to make maximum use of your plan and want to save some good bucks. I learned this the hard way. I ended up wasting a lot of money because nobody told me, so listen up. So these health insurance companies have tie-ups with some members or preferred dentists that offer the maximum amount of rebates or discounts. If you visit a dentist outside of this list, you'll still get a rebate, but it would be much smaller. So basically, I would recommend you to go to only the dentists which are coming up in the list of preferred or member dentists. For example, let me show you. This is my dental insurance provider, which is Medibank. When I open their app, I can see a list of member clinics near me that my insurance company is partnered with. If I visit any of these dentists, most of the dentist cost will be covered by my insurance. Under my plan, the insurance covers 60% of the dental cost, and I only pay the remaining 40%, which is really good, right? So if you don't want to burn a hole in your pocket, select a dentist from this list. And honestly, it's not just for dentists. The same applies to any other doctor or medical provider that you intend to select. Always choose someone from your insurance company's partnered list to save good money. How does the insurance company pay? Now, you must have several questions in mind. How does the insurance company pay in order to cover my dental cost? Do I need to pay the full amount upfront and the company later reimburses the amount to me, etc., etc.? Nah, it's very easy. When you avail a private insurance, they issue you a health insurance card which has your membership number and other details. You basically show this card to your clinic. The clinic scans this card and basis on your plan, clinic takes the money from the insurance company, which is 60% in my case, and I just pay the remaining 40% upfront. So there's no reimbursement system here. The amount paid by the insurance company is automatically subtracted from the total bill amount and you just pay the remaining. It's on the spot settlement. Waiting time for dentist appointment. Now, I have visited dental clinics a couple of times here and never have I ever had to wait more than a day. In fact, almost every time I call, they've given me an appointment the very same day. Maybe because the dental is privately owned, it's not provided by the government, so there are no long wait lists. Waiting time for the insurance policy. Now, although I said that there is no waiting time for the dentist appointment, however, the insurance company usually has waiting period before you can start availing its services. I'll explain. So if I call up a health insurance company to get started with the dental plan, they will immediately sign me up. But they won't let me use it right away. They will tell me that there's a waiting period of a few months before I can start using it or before I can start availing its benefits. Which means you will have to wait for a couple of months before you can reap the benefits of the policy that you've taken. And in the meantime, you have to keep paying the monthly premium. Like I mentioned about my experience, I was having a severe toothache and I thought it would be better to start a policy so I wouldn't have to pay the full amount. But the health insurance company told me that they would only start covering a percentage of the treatment cost after 12 months of waiting period. This means I had to keep paying the monthly installment for 12 months before I could start using my dental cover. Just a note, waiting period is dependent on the type of treatment you intend to get done. For general dental like fillings, cleanup, checkups, the waiting period is 2 months. And for major dental like root canal or something, the waiting period is 12 months, which is a year. I'm not kidding. The insurance company is very smart. It knows that many people start the policy just to get some work done and then opt out of it as soon as the treatment is done. Can the waiting period be waived off? I have some good news. It's actually possible to get your waiting period waived off in a one-off case scenario. Some insurance providers offer a one-time waiver of waiting period to the new users. For example, Medibank is one provider that waives off the waiting period for taking the policy with them for the first time. That's actually how I got my waiting period waived off. So call up the insurance company and check with them. That was all for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Watch my other videos as well. I bet you'll find them helpful too. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.